Hello everybody, what is up? My name is Kingspinachthegamer, and welcome to the Assassin's Creed 4 Naval 4th montage! Alright, I'm gonna lay it down for you guys. I've already recorded this once, but you guys probably remember that glitch in my recording system thingy, where I end up like skipping over and over again, and it repeats the same like syllables like 8 times in a row. It's happened before, and sometimes I've ignored it, but I'm not gonna ignore it here because I was really mad and I talked for a good 16 minutes back when this video was 18 minutes, and it was amazing. I was really proud of it. Okay. Let's cut to the chase. Naval forts montage. I'm gonna teach you how to do it. Here we go. So there's 3 parts to every naval fort encounter. The first part is destroying all of the defenses around the fort. Now, when you're doing this, you're going to need an upgraded jackdaw, and that's one of the reasons why it took me such a long time to actually take out all of these forts and make this video for you guys. We're around like 50 episodes into the series, and just now I'm doing this, so yeah, it took a while. In order to, or what you're going to need for upgrading the jackdaw, you're going to need a lot of metal. So, for the first chunk of the game, the southern half of the map is sort of inaccessible to you. If you're trying to take out the forts that early on, which I recommend you shouldn't, I would recommend you wait until you play the story mission that has you take out one of the forts, and then start doing it. Otherwise, you know, if you're trying to get the early ones out of the way, by all means go for it. But what you're going to want to do is get a lot of wanted levels, because the pirate hunters will always have metal. Schooners will barely ever carry metal, neither will brigs. Brigs won't really have it much. But in the southern half of the southern half of the map, once you get down there, all of the frigates will usually have metal, and every single man of war carries some metal. But pirate hunters always do, so if you're trying to get them early, that's where you'd get them. You're also going to need a lot of money. I'd recommend the 3rd from the last level for hull. Obviously, having as much hull as possible is good, but I would recommend like the 3rd from the last or the 2nd from the last level of hull upgrades for your jackdaw if you're going to end up wanting to survive this. Now, you might be thinking, why do I need so much like health for the ship? Well, all of the forts, each different defense for the fort that you have to destroy, can shoot at you. There's towers, and there is these walls. Now, the walls always launch heavy shot, and the towers usually launch mortars. So you got to be careful about that. Take care to avoid some of the circles if you can for the mortar shot. And heavy shot, just brace. That's really all I got to tell you. Sometimes you got to brace, and if you can't do it, if you can't brace in time, well then, you know, you got to hope that you don't get hit. Additionally, some of the forts actually have storms, always. Some forts will always be, like, I guess, activated in the daytime. Whenever you go to attack them, it'll always be daytime. It'll always be clear or sunny. Some of them will always have storms raging until you take them out. So it's a little bit, it's kind of different for each one, but with the storms, especially for the hard forts, rogue waves and waterspouts are a big problem. If you do not face rogue waves head-on, which you likely won't because you're going to be focusing on taking out the defenses of the fort, you will take damage, and there is a very high chance that you will die. It almost happened to me a couple of times. The jackdaw has almost died on me, but it didn't happen. So I got lucky there. I would be a little bit more careful if I was you guys. Also, upgrades-wise for the jackdaw, you're going to want full cannons, or as close to full cannons as possible, because you need a plan for the last set. This is because it's just going to be a lot easier to take down some of these naval forts. Gosh. Some of the defenses, especially the medium and the harder ones, they take a lot of hits. They have like 2 or 3 health sections. You guys know what I'm talking about, like segments on their health bars. So it's going to be a lot more difficult to take them out than as it would just be to take out the easy ones. The easy ones go down very, very quickly. Some of the hard ones took a good 4 or 5 minutes for me to just take down the defenses. So it's pretty difficult sometimes, but with upgraded cannons, it's going to help. Keep in mind, you can only fire cannons from around 200 to 300 meters away. So a strong tactic that I would use is launch your mortars, which should also be upgraded as much as possible. This is why you'll need the metal. I think you need metal for all three of these. So you're going to need a lot of metal, and you're going to need quite a bit of money. I'll talk about that in a second. But the mortars can shoot from around 500 meters or so. So what you can do is, as you're approaching a fort, start launching a couple mortar shots, and then once you get in range, you can start using your cannons. Now, most of the forts are on a semicircle, and a couple of them are islands, and they're fully circular. With the semicircle ones, go from one side to the other side, turn around, and go back, and all the while, keep a range of around 200 to 300 meters between you and your ship and the fort. You'll be able to take it out with ease. Trust me, if you get too close to the fort, the Jackdaw won't actually be able to aim the cannons high enough to hit some of the towers that are up a little bit higher than the rest of the walls. If you get too far away, then your shots are just going to miss entirely. But 200 to 300 meters is an acceptable range. You'll be able to hit everything, and you shouldn't be faced with too much trouble. Now, with the mortars, you're going to need a lot of metal, you're going to need a lot of money to upgrade both the mortars and the Jackdaw hull and her cannons, so it's a lot of stuff. Best way to get money, Kenway's fleet. Now, that's mostly accessible in the second half of the game, so southern part of the map, you're probably going to be able to do it. Now, if you're going for Kenway's fleet, I would suggest capturing first frigates, and then lots and lots of men of war, and just sending them out on missions, and then leaving for the day, and coming back the next day. Most of the missions, especially like the ones that give you a decent amount of money, take 12 to 15 hours to complete, unless you're playing with friends who can boost up your missions for you. A lot of them take a while. So what I sometimes do is just set up the fleet missions right after I stop playing for the day, then I come back the next day and just reap the rewards. So it's pretty great, it's pretty easy. It's actually kind of like a really simple way to get money. Otherwise, you can also try just taking out men of war. They usually carry 1,000 to 1,500 reals a piece. Additionally, selling all of your rum and sugar is never a bad idea, so that's pretty useful too. So those are all the things that you can do to get money, to get all the upgrades. And once you've destroyed all of the fort defenses, you get to go inside. This is where it gets a little bit easier. A lot of the time where it's a stormy event outside, when you're taking down the fort defenses, it'll be clear inside, so it'll be like nice and sunny or something, so it's pretty simple. In the easy forts, there's one officer for you to find and kill. In the medium forts, I think there's 2, and in the hard forts, I believe there's 3. So there's a lot of things for you to worry about. When you're trying to kill these officers, do not focus on anybody but the actual officer. A lot of the times, what I tried to do was be like, oh, I'm going to run in there, I'm going to kill everybody, and then I'm going to go get the officer. No. Don't do that. It's going to waste a lot of your time, and there's absolutely no need to do it when you can just run by everybody unopposed completely. And also, I'm recording for a montage. I wanted it to be pretty short, and the video's still 17 minutes long. So it takes a while to get all of these forts done, and because I've fast-forwarded a lot, I think I had around 30 to 40 minutes of gameplay on my hard drive when I was doing this. So it's going to take a little while, and if you want that process to be fast in any way whatsoever, you're going to want to just go directly for the officers. Keep in mind, it's also going to keep you the safest while you're not fighting anywhere else. If you suck like me, then you're going to be okay. You won't be opposed a lot by any of the other little grunts that are around there trying to kill you. And it's just a much easier way to take care of the situation. And when you're attacking these officers, these guys are the kinds of ones that you have to wait for them to counter you before you can attack back. You really do. The best way to do it would probably be to just wait for them to attack, press B, and then after it plays the animation for Edward kicking the officer in like the groin or the stomach, I'm not really sure which, he just kind of kicks him and the guy keels over, then just start smashing the X button as fast as you can. Edward will combo and kill the guy. Additionally, what you can do is work around a way. One of them I did, I dropped a smoke bomb. Then everybody started coughing or whatever, and then I just started executing everybody. That's a good one. That always works. So if you're in trouble, if you're like hurting, if you're about to die, use the smoke bomb method. That's really good. Also, try to stay away from fire. It seems like the fire is just an aesthetic thing because you like are raiding the fort. There's fire everywhere. Everything's in shambles. Not good. Stay away from it. Edward will actually catch on fire, and sometimes if you stay there for too long, you'll lose a segment or two of health. So it's really, really unsafe, and you want to kind of be wary of that, but also try to find a safe way to climb around the fort so you can get from officer to officer very quickly in the later ones to take them out with little to no, like resistance. So, killing the officer, after you have killed the officer, you're going to have to make your way over to the war room. Now, a lot of the times, the war room is just at the top of the place, but in order to actually get into the war room, what you're going to have to do is kill everything that is pissed off at you. You have to be anonymous. So, what happened to me a couple times, actually, was I would have killed my officers or whatever, and I'm going in, and it wouldn't let me open the door, and whoever's still angry at you, you have to take out before you can get in there. So, anybody who has a red circle over their head, or a white circle over, not white, yellow circle over their head, they need to be taken care of before you can actually go in there. So a couple times you'll see me kill the officer, and then a little bit of extra fast forwarding while I kill some other people before I go into the war room. That's because there were still people who were angry at me, and you need to take them out before you can go in. I cannot stress it enough, otherwise you will not be able to actually raid the place. So, there's that little factoid. And then, once you hit the war room, there's a guy in there. You can kill him in any way that you want. At first I was trying to just shoot him, like I would just pull out my gun and then try to shoot him. And then I missed one time. You guys saw the epic fail. It was in there. I missed one time, and so that's not good. So sometimes you can run up there. What I did for the rest of the forts I actually raided was I ran up, jumped on the deck, or the table, and then just air assassinated him. It kind of seemed a little bit more satisfying to do it that way. I'm not going to lie. I liked it a little bit more. But, yeah, there you go. So, that's about it, guys. The naval forts aren't very hard. I know they say hard, but they're not very hard. A lot of them, their difficulty just comes from the storms around them. It really does. And that's mainly just an annoyance, to be honest. It's not too bad. You can get around it. It's really not as hard as I originally thought it would be. And while I'm happy that that's the way it is, I still was sort of hoping for a little bit more of a challenge. Like, don't get me wrong, if I wasn't fully upgraded with my hull, and if I didn't have such strong cannons, I would not have been able to take out the hard forts. You need to have those. I can't stress it enough. If you're going to go for them, you need to have as much upgraded as possible. That's one of the reasons it took me a while to get this montage together. Also, because, I kind of, I'm bad at this game. But, hey, I love it, and I hope you guys love it too. Otherwise, you wouldn't be watching this. Now, for Assassin's Creed Unity wise, I don't know if they're going to have anything like naval forts or something like that for the French Revolution area. I don't know if they'll have like some towers that you have to take down or something. But I will be definitely making a guide if there is something like that. Not a guide, a montage rather. I've done it from Brotherhood onwards, so every single game that there's been like a Borgia Tower or some sort of thing to take care of, I've been able to take care of it. So, and I've made a montage for you guys, so you guys can expect one if there is one. So, I'm just letting you all know. I'm a bit tired. I'm going to see if this voiceover worked. Hopefully it does. Hopefully it didn't glitch out on me. And I'm going to leave you guys with the rest of the video. There's only 2 or 3 minutes left. I'm just going to put a little bit of music in there so you're not completely bored by all the lack of noise and such. But hope you enjoyed this video. Please, if you did, leave a like, comment, favorite, or subscribe. It really helps support me, helps support the channel. Lets me know that you guys love watching this stuff as much as I love making it. These videos and the PvZ guides and stuff, they take a lot more time and they take a lot more effort for me to produce than most of my Let's Play videos do. The Let's Play videos are pretty straight up. So it always makes me feel a little bit better when I see like these videos doing a little bit better than them, because I just feel like my work has been rewarded pretty well. So, please, guys, share the love, share everything as much as you can. It would really help me out a lot, and I'd love you for it. I'll see you all in the next video of mine that you watch. Maybe the Unity montage, but hey, you never know. But until then, I'm out. Peace.